Salam, the Kike Sena Beta Israel. Senai Lili Kulukung. Senai Sika. Senai the Kike Sena Beta Israel in all parts of the world, in the four corners of the earth. And this message is sent from the Royal Court of the Sena Beta Israel Kingdom in Sena 4, that is Rabuwesena. This is King Binyam Selamun of Sena Beta Israel speaking from the Royal Court in Toyando in the Limpopo Province of the Republic of South Africa. We have finally arrived in the land of the Vhangona that was given to our fathers before, who were led by a star to get here. And we have come to bring this to a reality, and we've come to follow the same path that was followed by our fathers in our history. A long time ago, they came to this land of the Vhangona, that is the native name of the native people that were originally from here. And so we are using Vhangona because the Vhangona people are the natives of this land where we are today. But somehow our fathers, coming all the way from Sena, Yemen, were led by a star to arrive here. First of all, they reached Mozambique, where they built Sena there. And from Mozambique, they settled in now what we have as the Republic of Zimbabwe, and some of them went to Mapungubwe, where there was a kingdom of the Mapungubwe, right again in this particular province of South Africa, right up the road from this kingdom's headquarters in Toyando, and further north and further on the other side of the kingdom territory. And so we are glad that we're following the same star that led our fathers to get here. And so we are in Sena 4, because we had Sena 3 in Mozambique. And since we came to Zimbabwe, our fathers came to Zimbabwe and they came to South Africa in the land of the Vhangona, where we are speaking now, we never had built or constructed another Sena. So that the Sena that we are trying to bring out now will be the Sena City number 4, with Sena number 1 in Yemen, the original homeland of the Sena people. So I am speaking from the courts in Sena 4, Rabuwesena, in the capital of the Venda Kingdom that is called Toyando. We have finally arrived as we envisaged, as we said we would, as we were guided by the star of the Almighty Eli Amlak, our Creator, who led our fathers to this land. And at that time, there were those that were crossing the Vhemba River into this particular territory of the Vhangona, led by my great-grandfather Selamun, carrying the Ngoma drum, which is our most sacred symbol and relic in Sena Kingdom. So we are glad to announce that the royal court of the Sena kingdom have arrived finally in the land of the Vhangona, where their fathers were led by a star. And so we have come to make this vision a reality. We have followed the path of our fathers, and now we are right here in the land of the Vhangona, where they were led to by a star. So this royal message that I am giving today, we are going to give updates of what's going on in the kingdom, the Sena kingdom. Yeah, so there has been arrival, a very great but turbulent journey to get here. Yeah, from the Americas, where the royal court was based before in the Americas. And now we are glad that through this turbulent journey, we're able to make it to get here in the land of our fathers now. Yes, in the Venda kingdom. Now, there has also been a recent release of books that we would like to announce, that we have released books prior to the journey that we took to get here. There were books that were launched and that we didn't have an opportunity to talk about them. And these books are right here in front of me, right here in the palace. And I am glad to be able to show everybody out there that we have new books that have been launched. And the printers had been able to send the original copies, or printed copies, to this royal palace so that we can have them in our hand. Yeah, otherwise we will have the link below this video to show the link how to get the books, how to order them from Amazon.com. So therefore, in this way, we still have the copies to prove to you that the books are real. Yes. So this will lead us to 2 recently released books, and also the previous 2 books that have been released. So we will have to update all the Kika Israel of the books that we have now. We have 4 books that have been released since the writing of the books, the sacred books, had commenced. Yeah. So we are glad to talk about the most recent ones that we released. As you all know, that there is a sacred book. In fact, there is 3 volumes of a book called the Book of Maccabeani, which in the English is called the Book of Maccabees. So we have Maccabees 1, Maccabees 2, Maccabees 3 in secular understanding. But in Sena, Beta Israel, the correct pronunciation is Maccabeani. Maccabeani is the name of the 3 volumes of the Book of Maccabeani. Maccabeani 1, Maccabeani 2, Maccabeani 3. Yeah, so we're able to tell the story of Maccabeani in the correct form, in the original text in which this book was written, in the Gez language, the language of Sena is Gez. Remember that? Yes. And Sena is located, of course, in Yemen, which was previously called Nagaran. That was the ancient name of Yemen. And these books are taking us back to our origins and the sacred writings. In fact, it's about our history of our heroes. Yes, there was a man called Maccabees, and he had sons. And these 3 books in one are able to relate the story of our great heroes of Maccabeani. Maccabeani is the people. Yes. And so therefore we do have that book, but we must make it very clear that the book of Maccabeani is been misconstrued and has got some false publications that seem to speak about Maccabees, but it has got nothing to do with the Maccabeani from Sena Beta Israel. So in this way, we are presenting a completely different story from the story that you know from the Greek or the Roman Maccabees or any other Maccabees that is not from Sena Beta Israel people or kingdom. So the story is completely different. So it's not a question of distortion of the story. It is about telling a completely different story. So someone just called it Maccabees, but it is not the original Maccabees. The original Maccabeani is supposed to be from the Sena people, not from another nation that is not a Sena nation. So anyone who is saying that they have the book of Maccabees 1, 2, 3, they're telling a different story. Yeah, from the original Maccabees or Maccabeani of Sena people in the Ge'ez language, the language of Sena. Yeah, so therefore we do have a hard copy that was released of the book of Maccabeani. It's 3 books in one, as I told you before. And this is a copy of the hard copy. As you can see how beautiful it is. And the front page is so beautiful. And you can see the back part of it is so beautiful with that water flowing down from the hills, from the mountains. It's a wonderful, beautiful book. Yes, that you need to get to understand the story of the patriarchs. The link will be given at the below this video for you to get it from Amazon. Some people have already ordered it from Amazon and they got it and they need to read the true story of Maccabeani. What happened? This is the true Maccabees, if you want to use the word Maccabees in English. This is the true Maccabees, the original text of the people that Maccabees is all about. So this is the hard copy, and this is the paperback. So we decided to do different designs for different formats of the book. And this is the paperback. As you can see, it's got a different format. It's so beautiful. You can see the front page of it, and you can see the back part. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful book. And this is the book of Maccabeani, the 3 books together in here to tell the story of our great heroes in our history. Yes, not only did we release that, but we also released the book of the prophets. Yes, because we do have an account or narrative about the lives and the prophecies of the prophets of Sena Beta Israel. Then we need to tell everybody what the story is about. Again, one more time, this is not the story that you get from the Greek Old Testament or from any other publication that doesn't come from Beta Israel or Sena. You know. And so, for that reason, we have the correct story of the prophets in Sena Beta Israel. They may have some similar names as the prophets that you could have read about from so-called Hebrew Bible or from so-called Greek Old Testament or Roman Bible or whatever you want to call it. That has nothing to do with Sena Beta Israel. Absolutely not. Yes. In order for Sena Beta Israel publication to be right, it has to come from Ge'ez manuscripts and has to come from Ethiopian chronicles. In fact, the Israelites are Ethiopian people, to be honest. Yeah. They are not Europeans. No, they're not. So, for that reason, we do have the hardcover format first. Let's speak about the hardcover format of Sena. Remember, the word Sena is very important because this is the homeland and this is the name of the chief ancestor and is the name of an art and science, which means the beauty. It's art and science, Sena of music, Zena, Zema. there is art and science of literature, Sena of literature, which is called Sena Zehuf. And this is Sena Zehuf because it's literature, it's books. So there are different types of Sena. Sena of music, the Sena of architecture, the Sena of poetry, the Sena of theater, the Sena of music. So there are different types of Sena. Yes. Right? So this one is the Sena of books, Sena Zehuf, and this is the book of the prophets. Yes. And this is the back part, the back cover of the book. Yes. Right. This is the back cover. Some light was going away. Yeah, this is the back cover of the book, and this is the hardcover format of the book. Yes. And now we have another pattern, another design with beautiful volcano fire there. As you can see in this, as I display to you, this is the paperback format of this beautiful literature, this beautiful book that we have. And so, hello, it is very important to understand, yes. And this is the back side of it, and this is the front part of it. As you can see, the volcanic fire is amazing, it's beautiful. Yeah, so this is exactly what you need to get in the link below from Amazon. And remember, again, we have the Sasa Sambat from the old publication that we made, which is the law that was written on pearl tablets that Moses got from Mount Sena. The word Sena comes in again when Moses went up to the mountain called Sena. This is exactly what he got. He got the Tezaza. Can everyone in the kingdom say Tezaza? The Tezaza means the commandments, the law, the precepts of the Sambat, which is what the so-called Deuteronomy, whatever, says the Ten Commandments. Yeah, the commandments are a book. Yes. It's not just 10 commandments from Deuteronomy. Who is Deuteronomy? We don't have someone like that in the kingdom. Yes. And we also have a book, remember, of the calendar of Sena Beta Israel. As you can see here, there is a moon picture there. Yeah, it is based on the phases of the moon. The moon is used to be able to tell the times, to be able to count from the moon phases. The appearances of the moon, the disappearance of the moon, the full moon, the new moon. Everything else is distinct about the moon. It's not just one little symbol with just a standard appearance. No, there are phases, there are times, and these times are counted. Yes. So we are still going to release the Nechafe Kufale. So this book is also on Amazon. You can get it, the link below this video. And this is the hard copy, and this is the back side of it. As you can see from here, it's a wonderful book. It's a wonderful book. Yes, and we will be able to understand that these books are very important, because in here we have the prayers, we have the liturgy, we have the times when there should be. All the festivals are explained here. The festivals. Right now is Fasika. Fasika is given an explanation in this book. There's full explanation what the Fasika is all about, and what songs to sing on the Fasika, and what prayers to pray on the Fasika. Yes, all this is here. Very important. Yes. What is the significance of Fasika festival, for example? We have the Feast of Atonement, the Day of Atonement is explained here. All the festivals, all the holidays are explained right here. And when they should happen, and what is the significance? And what does it mean to the people? It's a precept to observe the commandments, to observe the feast, to observe the holidays. It's written here. Everything is explained in this book. You need to have a copy of this book to understand everything regarding the calendar of Israel. Right here. The commandments of the Sabbath, we have them. The commandments that Moses got from the mountain on stone tablets, they are right here in this book. This is the most sacred writings in Better Israel. So we have arrived in Sena 4. And we are going to build the city of Sena as we have been commissioned. This is the great commission to build the city of Sena. In every place we go, we build the city of Sena. Yeah, so we are here to follow the orders and to follow the commandment, to follow the star, to follow the guide from the Almighty Eli Amlak. Eli Amlak. Very important name. Yes, it's not the names that you hear from Christian churches or communities or from Jewish temples or whatever. It is from Sena that the name of the Almighty is Eli. Yes, the people's names, the prophets have names of this Almighty attached to their names. For that reason, Eli meaning Almighty power. Yes, and so Amlak meaning the master, the owner, the proprietor, the creator of everything, the one who owns everything, the master of all things. Yes. Now, this is the position of the kingdom at this point in time, and we would like everyone to understand that the building of Sena 4 has begun, and the children of Israel are called to Sena 4 as a way of the second exodus to the promised land. Yet the promised land is Sena. Yes. And so this is the position of the kingdom at this point in time. We will be updating all children of Israel from all over the world about what is going on in the kingdom. Salam, salam, and Sinai Fasika. The Fasika will be ending on Saturday, which will be the 21st day of our moon Megebe. We are in the moon of Megebe. Yeah, this is the moon of Passover. Yes, you must understand that. It is a moon. Yes, we do not have things called months. No. If you're talking about months, we take no interest in that because you cannot show us the month. We can show you the moon. Can you show us the month? Can you do that? No. You know why you cannot show us the month? Because it doesn't exist. Do you know why we can show you the moon? Because the moon can exist and can be seen by anyone who has normal eyesight. All right? So the people who keep saying is the month of, we don't know what they're talking about. Can they show us the month? Please. Can they show us? We want illustration, demonstration of things. Can they be illustrated, please? Yeah. Otherwise, no. They have to stay silent. We are not interested in things that have no evidence. Yes. So, this is the position of the kingdom. The kingdom has come to Sena 4, where the fathers were led by a star. So the children of Israel from all over the world need to understand this message. Yes, we will be releasing books. The book of Moses will soon be released. But before we release the book of Moses, we have to release the book called the Book of the Great Army of Eli Amlak, which talks about the things that happened before creation. Yes, we are going to release that book first. Then we can release the book of Moses. The book of Moses is Metsafe Kufale, which The other people who are not Sena, they say the Book of Jubilee. We do not have a book by that name. We have a book called Mechafe Kufale. The Kufale is the division of time by number 7. Yes. So we are going to release that book. That book has been distorted badly, just like the Maccabeani has been distorted, and they presented a completely different Maccabeani, which is nothing to do with the original characters of Maccabeani. So they done the same thing with Mechafe Kufale. The characters are not represented properly as they should have been originally. So that's why it is taking a little bit longer for us to release the book, so that we can remove the falsehood that has been attached to the writing, that has been associated with that book. Yes. So we are going to look in carefully so that we don't include the falsehood that has been created, trying to narrate about the characters of Mechafe Kufale, which they're calling the Book of Jubilee. We don't know what they're talking about. So we will present that book properly as it was meant to be, from the original people, from the progenitors of the story. Yeah, it has to come from Ge'ez. If it doesn't come from Ge'ez text translation, it is not the correct book. So it is not a question of, I have another version here of that. There are no versions. It's either you've got the right story or you've got the false story. And you're calling it by the same name. Okay, I'm talking about the prophet Isaiah. Well, the prophet Isaiah story comes from the original people. And if you're trying to invent another Isaiah, we are going to find out. We're going to find out. This is not Isaiah. Right? You know. So, this is exactly what we need to understand. We're going to put things right from now on. Salam salam, Bekike, better Israel.